Hello, my loves. How are you doing? Emily here. I'm going to talk today about the bone mother and why I call myself a bone mother and why it's such a sacred role, and how she, the archetypal, the goddess bone mother, is connected with me and many of us. So many of us. Now, the bone mother is an archetypal figure connected with death and grief, almost like a timeless archetype which journeys with the bones of the dead and brings them back into the soil, and also listens to the stories of the lost souls and is able to transmute them back to peace. And this work has become so apparent with me, with all the land healing work I've done. People work in lots of different ways, but when I do lots of land healing, the first thing I do is I bring out soul fragments and souls, because that's what my allies do. My allies want to bring the souls to heaven, and this is why I've got such a connection with the trees. The trees often protect parts of us. It's so often when I do soul retrieval work that parts of our soul are nestled beneath trees, and they've been looking after them until they've been felt safe enough to return back to the body. And the reason I'm speaking in this way is to really give you a flavour of what's going to come through me in terms of really linking the natural world, nature, the goddess, Mother Earth, and our processes of life and death. And I believe at the moment, we can connect with this folkloric bone mother in terms of bringing about endings and being able to midwife these endings well. There's so much in our lives which are coming to an end, so many futures which are not actually going to live in the way we thought they were going to. And what happens to that grief? What happens to that changing course? What happens to that stuckness? We need a benevolent bone mother to really support us with that. And if you read what I've written around the bone mother, is that she's a truly benevolent, loving goddess, and she really listens to everyone. She's not discriminate about anyone. She is the one who wants to put things right by the souls and by the earth. And the more that I've lent into these past 3 years land healing work and really tuning in with the bones in the soil, how important that is for the processes of life and death, I've also tuned into the way the bone mother has been seen as a spooky or malevolent figure. And it's so interesting that one gorgeous, timeless, loving goddess could be misconceived by a world who doesn't really value soul sovereignty. And what happens when our souls don't have sovereignty in life or in death is that they're often taken over. They're much more easy to manipulate, to extract, to siphon. And the bone mother has a desire that I am really going to communicate right now, and that is that every family has a bone mother. Every circle, every community has a being in flesh and blood who communes with the illuminated ancestors, who communes with the earth and brings ceremony, deep ceremony of song, of storytelling, of dance, to the processes of death and grief, and really allows that soil to be peaceful, really allows that journey to the summer land, no matter the denomination of your faith or faithlessness. That this is something that's truly about your relationship with yourself and with the earth, with the Mother Goddess, and nothing beyond that. So I have a really, really deep sharing which is for a small number of gorgeous beings who will be journeying with me in March with the Bone Mother to really work out, what does that mean for us? What does that mean for our role? How do we get to gather together in support of one another? And what are the sacred processes and pathways that are right for us? And how do we get to be supported by the primordial gods, by the architects of life and death? And, many of you know that I work very closely with the illuminated ancestors. And the Bone Mother is very much part of that team, by the fire, listening to the stories, listening to the ones who are tending the ancestral altar, tending the ancestral fire, and really bringing peace. And this part may really surprise you. It isn't always the ones who feel like they belong in the family tree. Yet, in the realm of the illuminated ancestors and the Bone Mother, they have a deeper purpose and a deeper sense of belonging. And if this speaks to you, if you can really feel it, then I would love to journey with you this March. We begin on the 18th of March, and it's tender. It's such a tender thing for me as a human to kind of put out there and be very, very clear about. Yet, I know in my soul that this is the path. This is the way for me. And I'm going to add some more in a further video, but just to share that this beautiful, ancient, timeless being has got some big work to do with us and through us. And just really thank you for listening. And if this resonates, I would love to talk to you. Really would. Lots of love. See you soon.